Hi, my name's Morgan Peters, and welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to walk you through my learning journey of educational environmental science. I will admit that when I first walked into the classroom, I thought this was going to be just another science class that I was going to have to dread. I thought that I already had a good understanding of the environment, and that I was going to have to sit through nearly 6 hours of class each week with someone telling me about how wonderful the water and the sky and the world around us was, and that I needed to protect it from pollution and so on. But to my surprise, this class was so much more. Growing up on an acreage with cats, dogs, horses, chickens, cows, and many other animals, I spent the majority of my free time outdoors. I came into the classroom with the attitude of, what is this lady going to teach me that I don't already know? And in reality, I really didn't have a great understanding of anything of value. At the beginning of the semester, we were told we were going to have to create blogs, and this would be where we submitted all of our assignments. This course was to be paperless for the most part, just a small gesture to better the environment. I was bitter towards this. Why do I need to create a blog and submit my assignments this way? Why can't I just print them off and hand them in person? I was stuck in a rut, and I was not thrilled to be trying this whole blogging thing. Our first blog post came around, in which I titled mine, "A Time I Felt Connected to the Environment." For this assignment, we were supposed to talk about a time we felt connected to the environment. So I thought the title was fitting, as I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be doing quite yet. I talked about a time I felt connected to the environment through camping. I was able to connect this to braided sweetgrass by saying, I can connect to braided sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer because I too went camping, but I can also connect on a deeper level as well, talking about how I felt connected to the environment, and I feel the same way as the author does. Though at the beginning of the blogging experience, I was only willing to scratch the surface of the topic at hand. For our second assignment, we were asked to write a love letter to someone or something that we thought embodied eco-literacy. For me, this someone was my mother. I thanked her for how much she did for the environment, such as gardening and so on, and providing for her family was key. As we continued blogging, I started to notice a pattern. My first 3 blog posts in some way related to camping, something that I did each summer and made lots of great memories with friends and family. This course was evoking many good memories and reminded me of how much I truly loved nature. Another important part of this course was the course readings. Although I am not fond of reading long articles, there were 2 readings in particular that stood out to me. The first being No Child Left Inside, where Richard Lau discusses how young children have a longing to be outside. But as they grow up and life gets busy and start to attend school, they have less and less time to spend outdoors. This is where the other reading comes into play. Beyond Ecophobia by David Sobel discusses how young children have a very vivid image of what nature looks like, but as they grow older, the image becomes more abstract and less clear, in turn developing an ecophobia. This is something that I found absolutely shocking. As someone who grew up on an acreage and spent hours upon hours outdoors, I did not understand how someone could develop a fear of the environment, the world around them, our home. This is something that I hope to challenge and change when I'm a teacher and have my own classroom. As we started to near the end of the semester, we had 2 group projects in full swing. I found this to be extremely overwhelming at the beginning. I was very against this. Why do we have 2 group projects due within a week of each other? Everything is starting to pile up. There is no way that I can get all of this done and keep up in my other classes as well. But to my surprise, these 2 assignments, in a way, worked together. We started the first assignment, Embodying Eco-Literacy project, early in the semester and worked on it throughout, but it didn't really get put into full production until the last couple of weeks of class. But this is also when we started our Inquiry Planning and EE Philosophy project. First due was the Inquiry Planning project, in which my group incorporated environmental science, social studies, and treaty education. teaching us how to prepare lessons that were valuable in more than one subject area. We were able to do our lesson outside and actively engage our class just as we would have done with a real elementary aged class. The second project was a plastic reduction project, something that I thought that I was already good at. After taking a closer look at my plastic usage, I was able to reduce it much further by using reusable shopping bags, using reusable water bottles as opposed to disposable water bottles, and eating out less. As a collective group, we kept journals each week, keeping track of our project, our thoughts, and our goals for the upcoming week. Although I was quite hesitant about many things throughout this course, I feel that I have discovered myself on a deeper, more meaningful level. I feel that I have learned to disrupt whiteness and this outside of what people would call norms. This course has taught me to challenge myself and do things that I may not have previously done. I like what Ho said. In the process of decolonization, I believe it is also important for one to unlearn the oppressive and/or privileged narrative that informs one's sense of identity. At the same time, we need to relearn and reclaim who we are as humans. We need to push aside what we have forced upon us from a young age and learn to rethink for ourselves, learning to relearn in our own ways and not simply follow the crowd. To be honest, I am not sure when this course truly hit me and I was actively engaged and enjoying it. I found myself resisting for quite a while, but when I started to embrace the lessons and actually think about what was being talked about, I started to see my life change for the better. From the blanket exercise to participating in stillness, I feel that I am a more well-rounded and educated individual because of the matters that were talked about in this class. Environmental education is going to be a major part of my future classroom, and I look forward to guiding my students to their own understanding of the world around them, whether the lessons be outdoors, indoors, having a garden in our classroom, or taking part in my new vermicomposter. I hope that my students can find a love for the environment like that of which I have discovered now.